let's get curious about kindness, even more specifically about altruism and whether it exists or doesn't exist or is even possible. But before we begin, you may even want to know, well, what exactly is altruism? Well, altruism is the belief and action of acting selflessly. An altruistic act is one in which somebody puts another person first, even if it does not directly benefit the first person. In extreme cases, altruism may result in somebody making a personal sacrifice in order to help another person out. You can think of it as the opposite of selfishness. Now, altruists believe their behavior can increase cooperation and improve harmony among all people. However, there are skeptics who believe that we as individual beings are always acting out of self-interest. How is that possible? Wait, I thought altruism was about doing something kind for somebody else, right? You probably think, oh yeah, people do nice things for people all the time, or they make sacrifices all the time. But again, these skeptics have a point. You see, for example, they might say the person who is selflessly helping others is only doing so because it makes that helper feel good, or because he or she appreciates the thanks or recognition. And you may even know some people like this. Like, yeah, you can see them helping out, but you can see their real focus is on people saying thank you or getting some sort of award or recognition for being a good helper, right? So the skeptics say, yeah, well, is there really altruism if people do kind things for other people, if they get recognition for it, or if it makes them feel good or like a better person? So it's a great question to consider. And while we don't have an answer now, it is a question that you can explore individually. And then I think collectively we can work on finding an understanding of not only whether or not altruism exists or doesn't exist, but ways to help us all be kinder to each other. And to do so, we have a short activity. Actually, it's a pretty long activity. It could take you all day long. The activity is designed to help you better understand altruism and whether or not it exists, but also helps you understand your own motivations for helping others and maybe how you can work to do more for others, more selflessly. So the activity is called Secret Servant Agent. Become a secret servant agent for a day. Spend one day doing nice things for other people. For example, make your siblings' bed, do the dishes, rake your neighbor's leaves, write a letter telling someone how awesome he or she is. Do some random act of kindness, right? But do them without anyone seeing you or knowing it was you. This is where the secret agent comes in, right? You got to be super stealthy. So can you be stealthy enough doing these things not to get caught? So don't just make the bed or write the letter or rake the leaves. Do it so no one can tell it was you. If you can, how do you feel after doing these things that were kind to someone else but gave you nothing in return? What if only you can determine whether altruism truly exists? Now, I'd be really curious to learn more, not only what kind of acts of kindness you did, but whether or not you got caught, how you were able to avoid being caught. But most importantly, what did you learn about altruism, about selflessness, about kindness, both for yourself, your community, and the world? And what could you share about that you think would be helpful to others? Really curious to hear what you discover, what you learn, and what you share, and always stay curious.